Hello everyone, this is Jackie Williams, and in this video I want to share with you a fun project using the Boughs of Holly Suite. So as you can see, we have a beautiful stamp set with the leaves that are two-step stamping, which I'll show you so you get incredible detail. And then we also have the dies that coordinate with the stamped images, and then have some standalone dies. I particularly like this particular frame that has some holly leaves on it already included. And then this suite also features some beautiful Christmas papers in the traditional images and traditional colors. And of course they are double-sided, so you have beautiful prints or like solid prints on both sides. Now for our project today, I'm going to start with a card base of crumb cake and then a square piece of the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper. And I've done mine 4 by 4 inches. You could make it a little taller or shorter or wider, whichever you would like. And then I have 2 4-inch strips of crumb cake, which I have embossed with the quatrefoil embossing folder. And before I put those on, I want to just use my crumb cake ink pad and just lightly go over the embossed pieces to just bring out that texture. And I'm also going to use my crumb cake ink pad and a blending brush and just go around these edges very lightly. Now you can leave your Designer Series paper as is. It's beautiful as is. It's got some kind of watercolory details. I'm actually going to wrinkle mine up just for more of a texture and a vintage look. But if you don't like this look, then by all means, leave that off. And then I'm going to use a little piece of sandpaper and just go over it lightly to bring out those wrinkles. Now I know it makes a terrible sound. Depending how much you do it and how rough you get, you'll end up with a look something like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these strips top and bottom of my Designer Series paper. Then once those are on, I'll go ahead and put this on my card base. Now I'm going to put this all the way to the left-hand side. So I've got a border top and bottom and a little bit along the right-hand side. You could center it up if you wish, but I sometimes am in the mood for this more asymmetrical look. Now I'm going to add a crumb cake circle, and this circle is cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. This is a great one for stitched squares, stitched rectangles, and stitched labels. Next, I've got my die cut pieces, and I'm going to add my leaves. Now I've cut the solid leaves here out of Evening Evergreen, and then I've cut the detail of the leaves out of the distressed gold paper. This is my current favorite gold paper. I just love how it's got that little bit of color variation in there. Now they do line up perfectly, such as this one that I prepared. However, for this card, I'm going to just offset them, which gives it just a little bit more of a full look. And I'm going to wrinkle up my leaves as well. And of course, you can do that or not, depending on your preference. It just adds a little more texture and a little more interest and height to the project. And then we'll go ahead and add those to the circle. And then I'll add the gold details next. And again, I'm not going to line them up perfectly. Now the little berries, I wanted to do just a little bit of a different color combination. So I have cut these out of Rich Razzleberry, which is a really nice color with the Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent and the gold. And I'm just going to tuck those in about here just for a little dash of color. And then I'll use these fabulous textural elements, and these are part of the Boughs of Holly Suite. And I'm just going to place that there about in the middle of my leaves. Now you could color those or ink those, put Wink of Stella on them. You could embellish them up. I'm just going to leave them as is. And then I've used one of the labels there for my Christmas wishes, the words, and I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the back. And I'm going to tie a bow with this natural trim. I love this ribbon, if you can call it ribbon. It's got that quite natural look, and it's a nice vanilla color. It frays up quite well too, if you like the look of fraying. I'm just going to tie a bow about like that. And I'll use a glue dot and just put that about here at the bottom of the leaves where you might expect it to go. And then I'll put dimensionals on the back of my label. Turns out I didn't really need the adhesive on there. And I'm just putting it on either end because this knot is going to be sitting here. And also I've got this wooden element. So there's quite a bit of thickness already underneath my label. There we go, and you could fray up the ends a little if you want to. And then the last thing for the front is to add some embellishments, and I'm going to use the iridescent pearls. I think these add just something extra special to your projects. They have kind of a metallic shine to them. And then on the inside, I want to show you the two-step stamping. So I've got my detailed leaf here and evening evergreen, so the darker green. And I would recommend that you, when you're doing two stamps on top of each other, that you do stamp the darker one first. And now I have soft succulent and the solid or the fill stamp. And here's why, hopefully you can see why you would stamp the darker one first, so that you can see through and see where to line it up. Sometimes when you stamp the lighter one first, the ink is so light that you can't really even see it through the block. There we go. It's quite a beautiful effect. And there are dies to cut these out if you want to use these leaves instead of the die cut leaves. And I do have some samples showing those as well. And then this would just go on the inside of our card like this. And I've used the edge of my scissors just to rough up those edges, just to coordinate well with the front of our project. Oh, I forgot my M&Ms. Now I have a few other samples to show you. So these two here are somewhat similar in that they have a strip of the designer series paper going across the middle, but they are definitely more of a stepped up version. And of course I've done these ones on very vanilla and used a bit of a cardstock underneath for another layer. And this time I have lined up the dies and the paper underneath and used the metallic foil for something a little bit extra shiny. So these projects were inspired by a card by Tammy Hewlett, and I just changed it up to put my own twist on it. And then this card is not using the dies and stamps necessarily, but using those beautiful papers to make a quilt pattern in the background. And these prints are small enough that you can cut them into very small pieces and they still work. And then this sample is more of a clean and simple version. And here I've used the stamped leaves and cut those out, and then the berries, and then just did a nice ribbon to tie them together up at the top. And then my final sample is inspired by the sample out of the catalog, which I loved the first time I saw it. I just loved these colors together, all the different blue greens and yellow greens together. And here's that beautiful label die that I mentioned. So right within the label, you have some leaves included. And then I made a little Christmas cracker with the cracker die to coordinate. And then this fold is just kind of something a little bit different, but nothing too complicated, different sort of gatefold card. And I have put a little magnet under here so it snaps shut. So there are all of our samples for today. I hope that inspires you to use the Boughs of Holly and to get started with your Christmas projects. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. I always appreciate that, and I'll see you next time. This is Jackie Williams. Bye-bye.